Generally, people are extremely worried. There is a very big lack of confidence in the industry at the moment because, you know, I talk to machinery dealers, feed merchants. They're finding farmers not willing to spend or reinvest in their businesses because farmers don't know exactly what's going to happen. But I can understand that, to lose that, you know, biggest market, and people do remember foot to mouth when we did lose access to the market, would be very worrying and very concerning for the industry, because we would see a huge financial hit. Well, the uncertainty isn't helping the industry at the moment because people aren't spending money and reinvesting in their businesses, and you know, there's only so long you can hold that off for, and you know, people will need to reinvest in their businesses soon. We do need some security. We do need to know that we will be able to trade with Europe. There will be opportunities down the line, many years down the line, for us to do trade with other countries around the world on selling our produce into their markets. But you know, our biggest volume market will always be the European market. Well, I was an avid Remainer, and I think the best deal is the one that we're currently in. But you know, to do a good job or a really bad job, I think Theresa May's deal is the best deal for us. So I would tell politicians they need to pull themselves together, and they need to collaborate, and they need to back a deal. It's vitally important that we get a deal. If we don't get a deal, we'll be on to WTO tariffs, which will make it unviable for us to export lamb into the EU.
There wasn't enough talk throughout the country, really, to talk about, you know, what was the consequences of leaving and what was the consequences of to remain, like, you know. I think it wasn't dealt properly at the referendum stage, to be honest with you. I think if a lot of the people knew today that voted to get out of it, I think they would go back and remain on the second referendum, I think so.
The European market is the best marketplace in the world. It has over 500 million of the richest consumers in the world, and it's absolutely vital that we maintain access to that marketplace. It is on the same standards and protocols as what we presently produce. It's absolutely vital that we maintain those standards going forward and that we have access. In Wales, food and farming is worth £7 billion. Okay, that's the biggest part of the Welsh economy. Nearly 20% of people in Wales are employed in food and farming. It is absolutely vital to the economy of Wales that we have a deal with the European Union, not just from the agricultural sector, but from across industry. We may see a situation where imports from all over the world produce to completely different environmental standards and completely different animal welfare standards, completely different antibiotic standards, may be allowed to come in without any tariff. So that's a race to the bottom, and that is not acceptable. I don't think that's what the consumer wants. It certainly won't be good for British farming going forward.